Good morning. How are you? It is very cold here, so we've had a pretty mild winter so far, but it hit hard in February. So I've got 2 pair of socks on. I'm keeping them on, and I'm keeping some layers on today. So get onto your mat, and we are gonna do some back bending. I hope you're ready. Okay. Come onto your belly. Put your palms together and your elbows to the ground and really press your hands strongly together. And then just gaze down. And think about opening your heart. Think about bringing in positive energy and letting go of stagnant energy. So you're going to look up on the inhale and exhale as you look down. Inhale as you look up. Exhale as you look down. One more time, looking up. Exhale down. And as you look up, you'll take your arms forward, pull back, and reach. Pull back, and reach. Again. One more time. Now, from here, you'll pull your arms to about mid-rib cage, and you're going to come into a Sphinx pose. Anchor those forearms, look up, and look down. Look up, look down. Look up, look down. One more time, but this time, lift the elbows as you come up. Get into those legs and look down as you drop your elbows. Really lengthening that neck. Inhale, look up. Lift the elbows. Super legs. Exhale down. Almost pull your torso forward a little bit as you look down. One more time. Looking up, lifting up, and look down. So, we're going to add on. You'll lift the elbows, drop the elbows, pull the hips back. Let the hips go right over those knees, and let the elbows lift away from the floor. You'll come up and move like you're going into a cat tilt. And then come back down, drop the elbows, come forward onto your belly, lift up into a Sphinx. So activate those glutes, super legs. Lengthen, even as you're lowering, pull the belly in as you move the hips back and anchor those hands into the ground. Come into a cat variation, drop back down. Come forward onto your belly, lift the chest, exhale back down, pull the hips back, round into a deep cat, pull back, one more time through the belly, lift the heart. Lower, back, go into a cat, lower, pause here. You're going to slide back so you have a seat on your heel. Lift the arms, exhale, you're going to dive forward, around, and then come back up on the inhale. Onto your knees, reach your arms up, take your left arm down, and reach your right arm over. So going over to the side, and then you'll take it to the other side. One more time each. Now from here, you'll take the left hand to the left heel. Reach the right arm over, come as far as you can, sort of chest to the sky if that's where it wants to go, and then circle back around. Take your right hand to your right heel, left arm up and over, and circle around again. One more time, left hand to the heel, right arm up and over. If you can't bring your chest to the sky this early, that's okay. One more time. Good, now come back to center, arms out first, then take your forearms to the ground, and then we'll rise and fall. So working towards that forearm dog. So you'll lengthen, hips go up and back, straighten if you can, but be where you are. You'll lift, drop back, the elbows go up, drop back down, lift those hips up and back, and drop. Lift the elbows. Let the heart move forward. One more time, dropping down, forearm dog, and then from here, you'll take that right leg up. You want to internally rotate that leg. So a lot of people tend to hike their hip up. You want to drop that right hip point. Spin the femur bone in towards the midline. And then you'll drop that right leg. Take your left leg up. Remember to spin it in towards the midline. Belly in. Now drop that leg. Lower those knees. Have a seat on the heels. You'll take the arms out. Pull the knees in, up, and squat. So you're going to bring your hands to your heart and then fold over. So exhale, and then just hang for a second, really getting those quadriceps involved. Lift the heart and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. One more time, lift and fold. Take a deep breath here, and then walk yourself forward into plank, come into plank. I was gonna say down dog, but plank is good. And then you'll drop those hips, let the chest open up, and then pull back to down dog. And then move into plank. Pause, then drop those hips, moving the chest through those arms, allowing your chin to go towards the sky. Pull back, moving into plank again. Lowering. One last time. Now, from here, pause for a second. Then lift those heels and lower. Lift and lower. Lift, lower, lift and hold, bend those knees, and walk or jump between your hands. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale. Take your hands. Give yourself a hug. Find those legs. And then rise up on the inhale. Exhale. Take your right arm over. Rise up, side bend to the other side. So towards the right, left hand goes over. Rise up on the inhale. Exhale, so you're going to sink. Come all the way up. Take your hands to your sacrum. Lift the chest up. And let the spine just wave. So you're taking the spine all the way through the motions. Sorry. You're taking the spine in all directions. opening. Now, see if you can take it as far back as possible without going too far, or taking it into your lumbar spine. Keep it high in the thoracic space. And then rise up again. Have a seat, Utkatasana. And then come to the ground. You'll have a seat. Take your legs out. Half Navasana, so you're supported. Work on bringing your belly in here, energizing through those legs. And then you'll take it back into a V shape. So let those legs come out to the side. And you're going to cross your right thigh over your left thigh. Grab your ankles. And then drop your left foot, take your right leg, fully extend. And then lift off the floor. You're going to point the toes. You'll grab that right foot with both hands. It doesn't have to be both, but if you can, both hands. And then start to bring that shin towards the floor. Now, if you have a yoga block, you could put a block right here under your sacrum and let that be supported, let the sacrum be supported by the block. Otherwise, you can hold this foot. You're working with this left leg by then. And you're opening your foot and the quadricep on the other leg. So, find your core here. Scoop that belly way, way in. And then just take those arms over the head. Or if you're holding the foot, just enjoy holding the foot. Breathe. Then take your hands. And all we're doing is putting the hands by the shoulders. That's it. Just hold it here. Or if you're holding the foot, continue holding the foot. And then when you're ready, exhale, lift out completely, remove that right leg, and bring the hamstring to you. Energize. Straighten that left leg, and then pull the thighs together. Just touch the ankles, scoop the belly in, and then swing those legs. Left leg on top. Grab the ankles again. And then drop that right foot. Take that left leg up. Lift off the floor. If you have a block and you need to, you could take the block under the sacrum by now. Point the toes. Grab that left foot with one or two hands so you're lifting the hips high enough so you can grab. And then if it's available, take that shin towards or to the floor. Belly in. So the hip flexors are being engaged, lengthened. The quadriceps are being engaged and lengthened. And you want to relax the hamstrings. Now take the arms over the head. And breathe fully. Take a deep inhale. Exhale completely. Again, breathe in. Exhale. One more. And then as you exhale, you'll lift off, remove that leg, engage the hamstring, and extend that right leg. Now pull those thighs together. You're going to unwind and come into a V shape. So those legs are a little closer to you. And then you'll take your feet to the floor. Hips, or a little wider than hips distance. Lift those hips up, wriggle the shoulders underneath the body, and you'll lift and lower. Lift and lower. lift, and lower. You'll lift and hold. Bring your belly in. Think about your knees pushing forward as your heels are dropping into the earth and your chest is getting higher and higher. Really, really anchor and then expand. It's kind of what we do. We anchor and expand. Notice what your feet are doing. See if you get your whole foot, each foot, into the ground. Notice whether you even slightly roll to the right or roll in or out. Now lower back down. Shake your hips out a little bit. And then we're going up again, but you get to choose whether you stay where we were, or if you want to, take your hands by your shoulders, lift your hips up, and then take the crown of your head to the floor, and lift up. Move your chest towards the back of the mat, so your shoulders are right over those wrists. Make sure you're breathing. And then come back down. Shake the hips out. And then you're going to take those knees in slow motion so that the lower back can lengthen nicely. Come into happy baby. Slow motion. You want that lower back to feel free. So you engage your belly and pull those feet together. Scoop the belly in even more. Go ahead, release. And we're rolling the feet as wide as the mat. So come up, push yourself up, fold over as you exhale. Wave the spine. Exhale, fold. Deep inhale, pause here, and then take your left foot back. So your left heel aligns with your right heel, and you're going to rise up. There one. Super power back leg. Now exhale to the right. And then rise on the inhale. Exhale the hands down. Cross the thigh. So the right thigh in front of the left thigh, then the left in the split. And you'll lower that left leg and lift. Lower, lift, lower, lift. One more time, lower. Hold it up, and then take your left foot outside your left hand. Plant your right heel into the ground. Come into Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale to the left. Now rise back up on the inhale. Let your hands go back to the ground. Cross dog 1, so the left thigh over the right thigh. And then that right leg in split. And you're lower. And lift, lower, and lift, lower, lift. One more time. Next time, hold it up. And then you'll take your right knee to the wrist, all the way to the ground. Anchor that back leg. Lift here first, then come to your forearms. Let your chest move forward. bend your back knee. Reach back, grab with one or two hands. Good. Exhale. Let your left hand, then your right hand go. Pull back. And take your left shin forward. Lower down. Forearms to the ground. Let your heart move forward. And then bend that back knee. Reach back with the left hand. And then rise up. Full breath. Now exhale down. You'll come into plank first, and then to your belly, and then to Sphinx. Come back down, come to Anahata, so the hips are right over the heels, the chest is at the floor. And then you'll pull back, rise up on your inhale to a side bend. Get all angles of those little vertebrae. Take it towards the left first as that right arm reaches up and over. Now rise up, go to the other side, so you'll drop that right arm down, left arm up and over. Good, rise on the inhale, pause once you get here. You can start with your thumbs to your sacrum, like we did earlier, letting that chest lift up, kind of be where you are with it. Or you can take your hand on your heel, your other hand on your heel. So you could also curl your toes, do the same thing. You could have blocks by your side and have your hands on those blocks. So wherever you are, you're still opening your chest. You're still getting expansion, getting stronger. More open. Come on up. Take a deep breath here. When you put your thumbs at the ridge of your nose, it is very grounding. Now let's go again. Do it again. Start off with your hands to your sacrum. You're engaging your glutes so that your lower back is supported. You're in your abdominals. And then you'll take that chest really up like a waterfall, water fountain, taking it up and out. So rising, falling back, hands to the heels, lift that heart up and over. Rise back up. Take your hand to your head and just kind of lift the head up. Good. And then release. Take your forearms to the ground. Lift those hips up and back. Take your right leg to the sky. You can be here. You can lower the leg and lift. And if you want, you can start to fling that. It's not a fling. It's actually a graceful movement. So you take one leg and you just move, the other leg just follows. So take your right leg and lower, the left leg just follows. Right leg lengthens and lifts and then lowered. Then switch sides. Now it's the left leg up, lower, lift, That leg lifts. You lengthen forward. Look kind of at the goalpost between your thumbs and your fingers, and then just let the other leg follow. The left leg lifts, the other leg just follows. One more time. And drop. Drop your knees. Have a seat on those heels. Pull from your core. So you pull the knees up and fold over into Uttanasana. Wave the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. In again. Exhale, fold. And then lift up and hold it here. Then walk your hands forward. You're going into plank. And then you let your chest move forward as your hips fall to the ground. Pull back. Move into plank. Inhaling. Hips drop. Heart lifts. Pull back. Again. Pull back. One more time. Good. Pause and dog. Lift off of your heels and float between your hands. Take a deep breath here. Exhale. Give yourself a hug. Give your legs a hug. Get my clothes back. Rise up on the inhale. Make a side bend to the left. Exhale. Rise up. Other side. Back to center. And then take the arms up first. Find your heart. And then take your thumbs to your sacrum. Lift your chest up. So we're going a little deeper here. The belly comes in. The thighs stay back. The chest is going towards the sky. You can slide your hands down your thighs or hamstrings. Lift your chest up and over. And then like a wave, you're going to go until you feel like it's your limit, but it feels good. Arms out and up. Utkatasana. To the ground, to the sit bones, and to that supported Navasana. I highly recommend 2 socks. My feet feel good first for once in this cold. And take it all the way to the ground. Now take your right thigh over your left thigh. Grab those ankles. Drop your left foot and take your right hamstring. So we're going to up the ante with what we did earlier. And if all, and it's not just all, but if you are only able to grab your foot and hold the foot, just be happy there and see if you can take it a little further, letting that shin come to the ground. Working on, you could even support like so without hands. And that's intense on your feet, but often we have really, really tight feet. And that prevents us from doing a lot of things you don't even realize. So if you can get your shin to the ground, or if you don't have a block and you don't have support, just be wherever you are. Let those hips drop towards the floor or to the block, and you're engaged in your belly. You'll take your hands by your shoulders, like you're going into back bend. You're going to lift up. You're going to try to keep the right shin into the floor as you lift up. You take your head to the ground and lift up. And then come back down. Reposition. Get all the way out. Let your hamstring come to you. Straighten that left leg. And then cross those thighs. Undo the legs. Switch the cross. Left thigh over the right thigh. Drop the right leg. Take your left hamstring first. So you'll either take the foot, just hold the foot. You can place the foot on the floor and work on just opening the foot, the front of the shin. You'll hit the quad too. Take the quad to the ground. Your sacrum's on a block, that's great. Bring your hands by your side. Right by your shoulders, anchor this right foot. Stabilize and come up to the head first. Bring yourself up. And back down. Remove that left leg. Hamstring. Extend the right leg. Feels so good. And then cross your thighs. Then unwind a smaller V shape. And Satubandha first, lifting those hips up. If you want to go into Urdhva Dhanurasana, back bend, now's the time. So you're anchored, be stable with your legs, with your feet. Try not to roll in or out, or notice whether you do. You're going to come to the crown of the head first, then all the way up. And then come back down. Bring your knees in slightly. Or do what makes your lower back feel good. Drop. We'll lift those hips up. We'll go up one more time. Hair out of the way. Make sure you're breathing. And then come back down. Make sure you're engaged in your belly. And then you'll pull your knees in, slow motion, happy baby. And then bring the soles of your feet together. Kind of pull those feet towards you. here. And then take your right leg, plant that back heel, rise on the inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. And then exhale your hands down. We'll go to cross dog 1. So then lift that thigh. Here, we're just gonna play and be where you are. You can stay in this down dog split, or you can drop your elbows simultaneously towards the floor. You kind of have to move your body. You're moving towards those thumbs with your head as those elbows drop down, and then maybe you'll lift that left foot off the floor. That's just an idea. You're just moving from down dog split to forearm balance. It's just playtime, or it's just an idea. So just be with it. I'll do it again. Your elbows are simultaneously dropping to the floor as you move your head forward, angling downward. Dive in and let that left leg come up. Take it back down. The elbows lift back up. And then that right foot outside the right hand. Take your left foot into the ground. Virabhadrasana 1. Sure. Lift up. Now take your hands to the ground. Cross that right thigh over the left thigh, and that left leg lifts. So again, the elbows drop towards the floor, and you have to move forward at the same time, but try to make sure the elbows are going at the same time. Drop, and then lengthen, and lift. Then you'll drop that right leg. Lift the elbows at the same time. You're pushing down and forward, pushing forward and back. Let's do it again. You drop the elbows and dive forward. And then drop, lift, and bring your left shin to the ground. Exhale those forearms to the ground. You're going to lift that back leg. Take your hand, grab your ankle, grab with the other hand, and just let this open your shoulder. If you're only able to grab with one hand, just let it open that shoulder. And release. Hands to the ground. Bring it back to doggy. Right leg splits. Shin to the ground. And down. Lower. Bend that left knee. Reach back. And reach back. Deep breath. Release. Release. Come into plank. Drop your knees. Pull back and rise. Always be where you are. You want to take it further. We're going to go deeper. Remember, you could just have your hands to your sacrum. You could have your hands to your heels. You could slide your thumbs down to the backs of your legs. So, here we go. You want to watch first. You can take the hands to the backs of your knees and lift that chest up. This is deep. If you want, you can take the arms over your head. You're aiming your head for the soles of the feet. It's intense energy. So, wherever you are, feel your center, feel your expansion and your groundedness, and then let's go. So arms up and over if that's where you are. And make your way up. Woo! Bring your thumbs to the ridge of your nose. And then take the hands to the side. Come to your forearms. Curl those toes. Ease your way into forearm dog, into down dog, into a fold. And then rise up. Come to the middle of your mat, and this is a very deep back bend, and it's just deeper than, just watch for a second. So you can slide your hands down your thighs like we just did in Ustrasana, Kapotasana variation. But your knees will eventually bend a little bit because we're aiming for the ankles. So, like I always say, and I say it all the time, it's not necessary to go as deep as I ask you to go or suggest. These are just ideas. And we always move in phases so that it's possible to be right where you are. Let's do that one more time. Any variation. And if the thumbs are at the sacrum and that's it, that's great. You don't want your lower back to hurt or feel strain. You want to take that power, take it into the core. So let's go again. Open the heart, get grounded. Take it to the middle of your spine. Hands to the Then come into Utkatasana, then to the ground. Feet touch. Lift your heart. Exhale forward. Let's just flow with this. We're going to bow forward. Exhale. Inhale. Pause on the up. Slide those feet forward. And find the arches. Now lift back up. Pull those feet in. Lift the heart. You're going to take your right over your left. Cross. Touch your shoulder. Touch your shoulder with your right hand. Drop your chin. Lift up. Release the arms. Bow down as you exhale. Now come back up. You'll bring your feet back together. Take your left knee over your right knee. Turn to the right. Take your right hand onto your left shoulder. Your left hand onto your right shoulder. Look down. Release up. Exhale over. Back up again. Bring your feet back together into the same shape. Exhale. Then rise up. Extend through your legs. Fall forward. And rise up. Come to your back. Hug your knees. And then release into Shavasana. Let yourself go completely. Just relax. Deep breath in. And then roll to your right. Bring yourself into seated. Thank your body for all it does every day. Give thanks for having a body to express who you are. And let yourself express with an open heart. Namaste. Thank you. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you for practicing with me. And please hit that subscribe button, the like button maybe, and the notification bell. And yes, please leave comments. Say hi. Say something. Let me know you're here. Okay. Mwah. Namaste.